being like, didn't go to the gym for months, zero motivation, and was like, fuck, I'm not even going again. And then how did it come back?
Yeah, how'd you go back after a long time of not
Like,
going
for
to the
example,
gym?
COVID. How did you get back?
I was in prep during COVID. I
Oh, so you
started.
were
doing it at home, I'm
continuously going
guessing?
to the
I
gym.
didn't stop. I think that was my biggest motivation because I wanted to compete as a pro. I started my prep in December, right before COVID. Nobody knew what it was, right? As soon as COVID hit, I was like, what just happened? I need to continue because this will be like a shutdown mental fuck for me.
Yeah.
I continue. Luckily, I had a friend after, everything started coming through, the gym's closed. I had a friend of mine. He has like a whole addition at his house, and it was a gym. He's like, "You're in prep. I know how you're gonna feel. You're mentally gonna, screw yourself." And he's like, "Come and train at my house." I was training there every single day till the gym's open. So I really never stopped. I mean, but back to the question that you asked, if I ever stopped going to the gym, I've never had stopped, but I have taken long breaks, and coming back is tough because you're like, man, I was doing 225 the other day. I can't really lift that thing today, and that's just a mental fuck too for me. The biggest one
too. When I was stopping and go back, like, damn, I almost got there. And now, nope, 3 steps back. Yeah, whenever you stop, it's like that.
My biggest setback was my knee surgery. I had knee surgery after one competition. It just happened. It's just a wear and tear that I have, and I mean I'm young still, but it's just a wear and tear that happened. I stopped training legs for 6 months. No legs. That was just a mental fuck for me. And then coming back to train them after surgery,
I bet that first
more
day,
mental fuck
I
because
bet
it was
that
just
first
like
day of legs was like,
no, that
"Ooh."
first day back, I was just like, what if I snap something else? Knock on wood, I have not, but it was just like, it was always there. It's like, dude, I haven't trained legs in
It's like when you fix something with super glue, and that when you go to put it back
you're like,
on,
is it gonna snap?
Is it gonna work? Is it not?
So it's
Is the super glue cure?
but luckily I've been training much more smarter, stretching more. That's one part I need to stretch more. And put more blood in the muscle and in the joints. It just, when you're young, you do stupid things, so you learn. So
But what do you recommend for somebody who like me, for example? You remember last year I was going straight for like 3 months and then I stopped and haven't gone back since. What do you recommend for me to get back into it? Because every time I'm like, oh, I might go to the gym today. Then I'm like, no, you know what? I'd rather do this instead and never go.
what's that saying? You can't lead a horse. You can take a horse to the water, whatever.
But you can't make it
You
drink.
can't make it drink. I can't do that for you.
So
But
You have
what
to
do
be
you recommend?
You got to be self-motivated. It's nothing I can recommend. You just got to be self-motivated to do it.
You have to want to do it.
You got to want it. I cannot. There's nothing. There's really nothing. There's no
I
secrets.
feel like consistency creates motivation. Because
There
once
we
you
go.
start seeing that
I mean-
progress, that's when you want to keep going.
Yeah,
So
you
I
gotta
was
just
gonna
get in
I was
there.
gonna say what
It's a self-motivation. I have a self-motivation that I build within time. Like, I'll tell you a secret. When I was in prep, like some preps, I'll just fuck myself up in the head by making cookies or making muffins and be like, motherfucker, you can't eat that. Why did you do it? And I'll be like, your friends, eat it. But that's that motivation be like, if I eat that bitch, I'm going to be fat as fuck tomorrow. And I'm going to be second place. I don't want to be second place.
I
Because
wanna
that
be
damn
first.
cookie, somebody's telling me, oh, today you can eat it. But guess what? That day of the show, you can eat it today, it's going to be second place. I don't want to be second place. So it's a self-motivation you got to
I
build.
feel like being a bodybuilder too, like you have a bigger picture and like a bigger motivation versus just like, oh, I want to look good for the summer. Like, I feel like you look for like how you keep saying you're like, I can't eat this cookie because I don't want to be second place. Like I feel like it's even easier for you to be motivated because you have that like end goal, whatever.
You have a
versus
goal,
just I want to look good.
I see that maybe that's why I probably never like really cared too much about the gym. Even though I went for probably over a year, I never looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, okay, yeah, I look lighter, but I don't look at it as like I look better. Like I never grew muscles, I was still fat to the point where like my muscles.
But
didn't
you
show.
felt good inside. You felt like,
Yeah, I did feel healthier
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
feel healthier,
Yeah, for sure. But it never saw like that physical change.
No.
In a sense of where I'm like, oh, like I look stronger. Never looked stronger. Even though I was getting stronger, never looked it. But I did feel that when I was doing MMA. oh, I can bob and weave. I wasn't getting hit.
Yeah.
By the time I was at the end, like I would be the one. I remember. I mean, I was still like I was about to. Actually, I stopped doing MMA after I moved to the adult classes. But before I moved to adult classes, I was one of the older ones in all the teenage classes, and I would be the one to be showing bobbing, weaving, and ducking, and all that stuff, like showing the younger kids and stuff like that. And that felt good, and that's maybe one of the reasons the progress. I saw progress in MMA, and it was something that made me feel good. Maybe that's why I like that. I mean, I didn't get that with the gym, even though I went for over a year and a half and stuff.
It wasn't for you.
That's what I think. That's what I feel.
It's not for everybody.
That's
To wake up in the morning or go in the afternoon after work and go to the gym. It's just sometimes it's not that lifestyle, but you want to do like tennis. Maybe tennis is your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality I want to change too. Be like, okay, I want to do MMA with Jay.
Yeah, I want to start kickboxing
because it's great cardio for me, but also I gotta change that mentality. Be like, dude, if he pulls my arm, I'm gonna pop something.
I think jiu-jitsu is cool. It's like a chess game with your body.
Take your time. You know what I mean?
So, by the way, guys, there's a really good book. It's called Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg or something like that. If you ever wanted to read it, it could help you in your life. But that book kind of describes how to get into habits. And one of the things it kind of talks about is like making a habit of, at this time every day I'm gonna go to the gym, and even if it's for 15 minutes, go in there for a couple of weeks doing this consistently, you're gonna start building the habit of going to the gym. Even if you're there only to lift one weight and then you turn around and leave. Just keep on keeping, and that's gonna build that habit for you going. Because a lot of times what will happen, like a lot of people dive into this like full max, and then they have these high expectations, they don't see something in 3 months, and then they try to give up, right? Like just like anything in life, when you start in a business, is the same thing. It's just that constant grind, a little bit at a time. And I think if you ever read that book, it could help, or you could just take this as advice and just go with that, and then just continue doing it. But I highly suggest reading that book. It's a great book too.
I find it weird, build habits. I look at it, it's like, well, maybe if I would have gone a year and 8 months, I would have seen something different. But it was like, that satisfaction is what it ties it to the motivation.
Yeah, it's just like, again, it's self-motivation and habits, like he says, because.
And if you're expecting it, like with the MMA thing, I did it for 3 years. I never expected that. Going into, I never expected, I'm going to feel better learning these things. No, I'm just going to learn to fight in a sense. But I never expected to feel better. I was expecting that from the gym.
Yeah.
And then even though it was a year and a half, it never came. It was weird.
It's been a while when the whole MMA deal started. I was like, maybe I should do it, but I want to fight. That mentality completely has changed me. Like, I just want to do it for health reasons. Like, it's just like I want to stay lean. I want to be flexible. I want to, obviously I want to live longer because I want to do something different. I don't want my joints to take a beating from working out all the time. But also I want to stay strong. I want to go to the gym. So building habits is where it's at when it comes to nutrition, your eating, starting the gym. If you're going to go, not the whole New Year resolution deal. And again, this is what I tell people when I do, online coaching. It's like, you're not gonna lose 100 pounds in the next fucking 3 months. When you see those commercials, you see those commercials and see like that, it's like, oh, I lost 10 pounds in 3 days. No, but you did not. I want you to lose body fat.
And that's just your body weight. I mean, your
shit
water
just came out of your body, probably. Yeah, but it's gonna take some time to get where you need to be. Like you said, you're going to put it back on after you lose all that weight, right? You can. But again, just keep staying motivated and build a habit.
So